Welcome to the podcast. It's me, Chris and Siobhan. Listen to us talk about stuff or don't.
Please. We want sponsorship.
We ain't working no 9 to 5. Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the podcast. I am Pow the Wire. This is Chris, and as usual, Siobhan. Your knickers, we are live. Today we're talking about all things trending from Sudocrem to an update on my ghost infestation. Then we're moving on to Am I the See You Next Tuesday, where we decide if Mark is the See You Next Tuesday for dumping his date after the third date, after she gave him a list of things to do to become her boyfriend. I already know the answer to that one.
Yeah, you can just leave it at the headline, I'd say.
Then we have the famous Dear Pa, where we will try help our listener who invited a third party into their bedroom who happened to be packing, and there's no polite way to put this, a big Mickey. Surely that's the first thing you will check. What are you packing, guy? And then to finish up, we have got some great reviews, some films and series that you can check out during the week. And as always, we'll be rating them to see who the winner is. As usual, it will be me, I think.
Nope, I don't think so. Not this week.
I'm packing like that threesome.
Ew. Yeah, TMI.
Can any of you guess why Sudocrem might be trending in Ireland?
Is it anything to do with electric picnic and questionable tenting arrangements? A dose of wine gall.
What is wine gall?
I don't know.
What's an inflamed wine gall?
You can have it removed. You get a wine gallectomy.
Where is your wine gall? Or is that a disease, or what is it?
What is your wine gall?
I have a pain in my wine gall.
Well, no, it's a we went
Is it from drinking too much wine?
Yeah, you get a wine gall from drinking too much wine. Horses get it in their hooves. But I thought that on the nail, humans get it, and that it was like, you know, like chafing or infected skin folds is what I thought it was.
How did you go from a horse's hoof to humans at electric picnic?
Well, I only recently discovered that horses get it. To me, always it was humans got it. It was this thing they got, and it was, you know.
Are you not mixing up with gout?
What is gout?
Is that arthritis, maybe?
That's an inflamed joint situation, isn't it, from eating
your
loads
toe.
of red meat?
Don't you get gout in your toe?
Can't you get gout in any joint?
I think you get gout in your feet only. If only there was a person with a laptop.
If only we had a researcher on the show that could actually look it up immediately and let us know the answer.
Siobhan, you're a knowledge to us.
Well, going back to wine gall, you didn't know what it was, so we recently conducted an experiment at a festival where Chris and another person interviewed people and from every county in Ireland and asked them what wine gall was.
Nobody knew.
People?
I thought it was
nobody knew what it was.
expression.
Nobody'd heard of it. Actually, one fella from Kerry had heard of it, but like in our group that we were at the festival with, like most of them had heard it, but nobody knew what it was. It was really funny.
I'm not sure if I've heard of it or not.
Ever?
I don't think I have. Wine gall.
Wine gall.
I thought it was a Limerick thing.
I thought it was a horse thing.
Did you look it up?
Well, I did.
Hang on, plus the fact that we have like 30 horses at home.
Yeah, none of them have wine gall. So
Apparently not, because I didn't hear of it. I don't have wine gall, and I'm a horse.
a horse of a man.
I don't even know how you'd spell that.
Winegol.
Yeah, the F is silent.
What? The F?
Yeah. I'll give you a minute for that one.
Okay, so wait. What is wine gall?
FW.
This is a page where people are talking.
WFINE.
As far as I know, wine gall is a skin condition in which purple lines appear in the skin. Hang on now.
Oh, is that like the thing?
No mention of horses.
The thing old people get?
Jock itch.
Jock itch. See,
Is that it?
skin folds. That's exactly what I was talking about. No, that's.
Jock itch is friction burn. Like
Would we have called that ire?
Ireland.
A fungal skin infection.
I usually call it, I'm f***ing itchy there.
I have this thing.
So it's an infected fungal infection in your
In a fold.
genital area.
I don't
really
have folds
disgusting.
anywhere.
You've no folds anywhere.
I suppose my...
Not even in your brain.
It's like a koala brain.
No, yeah, I got a smooth brain like a koala.
Gout is something quite different.
That's in the arthritis family, isn't it?
It is a
you know,
common and complex form of arthritis that can affect anyone.
It's feet.
Sudden, severe attacks of pain, swelling, redness, and tenderness in one or more joints, most often in the big toe.
Knew it.
But you
I
can
am
get
a
it in other
world
joints.
Of information, mainly your toe.
Mainly, yeah, your
God, I'm
toe.
so smart.
So,
Only if
is
I
gout related to bunion? Are they cousins?
No, because a bunion isn't a
Bunion
bunion a
is
growth?
arthritis. A form of arthritis also.
Imagine we went down here from Sudocrem.
Oh, I forgot we were talking about Sudocrem actually. Oh, why? Yeah, why is it trending?
Well, say it. Say the word that I think.
Sudocrem.
Sudocrem.
Incorrect.
You are wrong. You are incorrect. It is trending because of the pronunciation. It is Sudocrem.
It is
Well, that's a
not.
stupid name.
Well, if you ask
It's
me,
pseudo-cream because it's soothing wherever it's hurting.
and it's creming me.
It's creaming. No, it's creaming me. Ugh.
Ugh. Okay, whatever. What are you using Sudocrem for? Hey, Declan, grab the Sudocrem. It's Sudocrem. Pronounce it right. I'm not using it.
Oh. So it's Sudocrem.
Sudocrem.
Well, like, it's written like that on the container, but
Well, before
you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to call it Sudocrem. I don't care.
before I looked it up, I called it Sudocrem.
Suitor.
Sudor, because it was like Sudocrem to me is something you use for babies, and Sudor because baby, and cream because of baby.
It's just like some very basic word association there. But it's trending. But like, why is it trending? Like, why?
It's literally
But
trending. in
who's
Ireland,
having this conversation aside from us now? Obviously.
aside from us? I presume an Irishman said to an Englishman, and the Englishman goes, "That's not how you pronounce Sudocrem, mate."
Oh, like fruit pastilles. Myself and Siobhan were schooled not so long ago, and it's what?
Well,
they
before
supposed to be
you
pronounced?
correct, I would have pronounced that fruit pastilles.
Fruit
Fruit
pastilles.
pastilles, yeah. Apparently not. Fruit pastels.
Fruit past.
It just doesn't work, does it?
It's just not a very
Pastilles.
colourful way to say it. I like having fun with my words. There you go now.
Well, there you go.
I
So
burn no English.
pseudo-creme.
We have our own version of English.
Well, in Ireland, all you have to do is travel 20 minutes down the road and you have a different version of English. Especially if you go into Cork.
Cork or Kerry, yeah, are the best versions of English. English.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true
My
for you.
favourite Kerry accent would be Danny Healy-Rae. It's probably my favourite accent on the planet. What I'm going down here now.
And like, I can't take him anytime he's speaking in the Dáil. Like, I just can't take him seriously.
How can you take him seriously? It's like he's taking the piss
Well,
out of
he
himself.
does great work for his community. Like, to be fair to him, he does look after the locality.
He looks after his own, fair play to him.
Yeah.
Last week we spoke about
Oh, yes.
my ghost infestation. So last week I was saying that I thought I had a female ghost in my room because of its
She was whistling at you.
orangey. Hello,
Sweet
sir.
through.
Sir. God, imagine how creepy that would be.
Ugh. Go on.
Anyway, because I thought it was a female ghost because of its bright yellow-orange aura.
Hold up. So you're seeing an aura.
Like an outline or an orb?
See, it's weird. I can't see it, but I can feel it. I can feel
Can you
colours.
smell the colour 9?
I just know what it is. You know, that sort of way. Do you know the way energy recognizes energy, and I'm full of it.
Oh, do you know what
You're
has
full of
just
something,
happened?
all right.
Your third eye has opened.
Yeah, so I can feel that it's like a yellow orangey aura.
When he
because-
uses the bathroom, we can smell the third eye.
God. My third eye stinks. My third eye smells of bacon and cabbage.
Nice. We took
Go
it
on
there.
anyway.
Okay.
How do you just feel the aura somewhere?
So no, I just know by it that what it is. I can't remember rightly how I thought it was orangey yellow aura.
Wouldn't that mean that she was a
Good.
happy, good ghost
A good spirit or a good energy.
that every now and again will hit you a slap of the pillow?
So last week she hit me a belt for a pillow. I explained in the podcast last weweek, if you missed it. Why are you missing it? That I got hit with a pillow at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was a pillow that was not in our room originally. It was a fifth pillow.
If you will.
If you will.
The ghost was packing a pillow.
Thank God it was a pillow. It could have been a shoe or
Or a gun.
a gun.
Worse again.
Worser. So this week, things got spiced up. I think it's because the fact that we're talking about it is giving it...
Aggravating her?
It feeds it. Don't they feed on... Doesn't energy feed on energy?
It does. I've seen Ghostbusters.
There you go. What more proof
There
do
you
you
go.
want?
That's it, yeah.
So I think because we were speaking about it last week, we have given it energy.
Okay.
If you talk about something, you give it energy. You feed it.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Energy feeds off energy.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
go on.
So we've given it a bit of power.
We made it very strong and
We
angry.
made it really strong. So to cut to the chase,
To make a long story more boring.
to make a long story longer, so it was Tuesday or Wednesday night, and Lena got up to use the toilet. Went into the toilet, made a massive fart. Came I mean, it was. She'd be delighted with that. So she came out of the toilet, and as you exit our toilet, you walk straight past Freddie's room.
Yeah.
Freddie is 4 years of age. So you walk past Freddie's room, and she said, as she was walking past the room, a whisper in her ear. Was like- and she said it was literally like there was someone standing right beside her and just went into her ear.
Oh my
And the
God.
hair stood on her back. I mean, the hair stood in her head. And she ran into the bed. She was like, what the is that? What was that? So I was talking about it the following morning. I was like, what did it sound like? What words did it say? And she said there was no words. It was literally as she was walking past the room, someone whispered into her ear. Right? So that was fine. She ran back into the room, ran into bed. It was like, what the was that? 20 minutes later, Freddie skirts into the room. Normally he kind of walks like a zombie.
A zombie? Heavy footed. Those are baby zombies. You
zombie
get the B
into-
when you get older.
He walks like a zombie into the room, just prodding. But this time he was like, ran into the room. And we were like, oh, what's wrong with you? He goes, oh, the man won't stop talking to me. He's scaring me.
No, thank you, sir.
I went, get out.
He obviously wants you.
And so
Kick
your
him out the
house is
door,
for
close the
sale
door.
today.
Just shouting, he's in here. So Freddie jumped in between us, and I was like, maybe you should go up and check that later. If he sees me,
Clearly he
hit
was
me.
trying to tell you something. He had a message
He
for
wasn't
you.
even talking to me. Okay.
He or a she or an it?
Lena said it was a male voice. It was.
Oh my God.
There's two of them. It is an infestation.
Oh,
no.
and Freddie did say there was a man in there talking to me.
You just said that, yeah.
Yeah, so Freddie's confirmed it was a male. Lena said it was a male.
But you
So
thought it was
like-
a woman.
I was like, hold up. You got your own problems. I have
I have a female one that hits me with pillows. You've only a fella whispering to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's probably a whole other family living in your house in a parallel universe.
Well, it was built on an Indian burial ground, so would that matter?
Well, I suppose the biggest thing is it's Ireland. So that would make it very unusual. I'd be pissed off too if I was in the wrong country dead. Oh. But like, you're going to have to get someone in to check that out.
What's the Ghostbusters number? What's the song? It's a strange neighborhood. Who are you going to call? Oh, there's no
I
number.
don't
Ghostbusters.
think they call it a number.
I thought there was a
Dial
number.
1800 GHOST.
Something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you going to call? 087 296 484.
Well, what about, do you know the priest here in town?
Yeah.
We'll ask him about it.
Go make friends.
Get him to bring in the nice smelly stuff they have at funerals. What's that called?
Oh, I'm allergic to that.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know you're allergic to it?
Because
It always makes my eyes water when I'm at funerals and I smell that thing. Completely unrelated to the person I know that
I've
died.
passed out twice when it's been around me. I'm not even joking. Like, I know.
think we should test
Don't
that
make the
theory.
joke. Don't make the joke. Don't say it. Don't say it.
That's it. I woke up with sore arse.
My God.
So, do you know, they put it into that bowl and it's on a big chain.
Yeah, and they swing it.
So I remember it was around my confirmation or communion, the latter, or the later one. Which is the later one?
Confirmation.
So the confirmation is the last one. So I remember I was inside, we were going through rehearsals. He was coming around with that thing, shaking it, bang, I went down like a bag of dung. Woke up, and I remember, I was like, whoa, what happened there? A couple of weeks later, we were in mass. He started shaking his thing around my face. I wasn't actually that close, but I remember the smell of it was so distinct. And I got a couple of smells, I was like, ooh, okay. I think I know what happened a couple of weeks ago. And boom, fainted again.
So it's frankincense is what they use. And actually, it is an allergen.
Oh, there you go. We know your kryptonite now.
Difficulty
An old bag of
breathing.
frankincense in the car if he's pissing you off. Then go, open
Yeah,
it.
and the allergic
Balls in
reaction.
your face.
I don't know. You must be severely because all it says here is difficulty breathing, hives, and itchy skin.
No,
Does it say anything about a sore arsehole?
Does it make your arse sore? Because I woke up sore.
So, okay,
Symptoms.
where do we...
Symptoms, sore arse, moved intestines.
Oh, my God. Pregnant.
How is even this possible?
But yeah, so like, how are we gonna? How are we
anyways.
gonna move on from this?
Continue on from that then.
Oh no, wait, there's more. But wait,
There's more. This morning, Cindy, which is our dog, which is a big height of about 8 inches tall. So she's a small dog.
Teacup dog.
She doesn't do anything. All she does is eat, sleep, and
Rave,
actually-
repeat.
and constantly. So she was downstairs this morning, 7 o'clock. It was like 5 to 7. Ooh, howling.
Howling.
Like, Cindy doesn't even. I didn't even know she knew how to howl.
She's not a howling kind of a dog.
She's not a howling dog.
No.
Like,
So that was highly unusual after
so
your
that was
disturbance
unusual.
during the night.
Exactly. So I was like, what is wrong with her? So she kept at it and scraping at the door. So it's like a
What
bit of-
time was this?
excuse me. That was like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Okay.
Which again, she's a lazy bitch as well. So she doesn't rise until like 11 o'clock, and it's this sort of a thing at 11 o'clock. Her getting out of bed.
So she wanted to be outside
She
badly.
was scraping and howling at the door at 7 o'clock, which is weird for her. So went downstairs, opened the door, everywhere. There was more on the floor. And she was scraping the door, panicky to get out. And I was like, what is wrong with her? Opened the door and she boom, skirted around the side of the house. I was like, what the is wrong with her? Came back in anyway, closed the door, went back upstairs.
Cleaned the floor before he went back up.
I was going to say.
He'd be fierce.
So if I clean
tidy.
it up, right. Went back upstairs and went back into bed. About 20 minutes later, we heard a knocking on the kitchen door. And like it was a proper like... And I was like, is that someone knocking on the door? So I hit Leah and I said, you better go and check that. Only because I genuinely thought it was a client of hers downstairs. Because
Sure.
sometimes they've come in once ever and they will literally like sit in the kitchen. Do you know?
What? A
Yeah.
stranger in your house? But it wasn't. Well, was it a stranger in the house?
So I was like, that's one of her clients. So she goes, oh my God. So she gets up, walks downstairs, checks around the place. No one there. Checks out in the salon. No one.
And you'd hear someone walking around or opening and closing it. Well, if they got in as far as that door, they had to come through 2 doors to get there.
Yeah.
So you'd hear it. And there's bells on the front door.
Yeah.
Well,
We
you'd
wouldn't
wonder
hear that
sometimes because ghosts can they go through walls and then what do they do? Change their form so they can knock on a door?
Have you not seen Ghost?
Hello.
No.
You have to learn how to do that thing. Do you remember
Ghost.
have you ever seen the film Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore?
Demi Moore, yeah.
Do you know? I don't think I have seen that.
Yes,
You've
you
never
have.
you have
Because
to
we
have
watched
seen
it
that.
together when we were younger. He used to learn how to be a ghost, yeah.
So do you remember he met this weird looking guy in the train? Do you remember he's a weird looking actor?
No, I don't remember him actually.
So do you remember he met the guy in the train and the guy in the train shows him how to kick cans and move stuff?
Vaguely. God, I must watch that
I
movie
need to watch
again.
that again.
He came back to Whoopi Goldberg is in it. And
That's
do you remember
right.
she showed him and then he put the coin up along the door?
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Do you know-
Oh,
not
I have
seen
a
that film.
vague memory of that.
God, it's such a
yeah.
good film.
That
Yeah.
was like 500 years ago when I watched that.
I've never
so-
seen Dirty Dancing.
That's good.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Patrick Swayze is a good actor.
Yeah.
Was. Oh.
Was, yeah. Pity. Go on anyway.
Oh my God! Imagine Patrick Swayze was.
Oh my
haunting
God,
me.
Patrick Swayze is the ghost. Yes. Oh, I wouldn't mind him whispering into my ear now.
I just wait for him to finish the song. Time of my-
And he'll be lifting Lena into the room one night.
Get your hands off her.
But go on anyway. So there was knocking,
Imagine
no
the
one
ghost
there.
lifting Lena off, like they do in the Dirty Dancing, remember?
So that's what scared Cindy.
Oh yeah, so it
That's
was when
what
I was,
panicked her.
Yeah, that's when I was telling you after. It was you that said, was she scared of someone? I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what I was, because there was everywhere. She was scraping at the door, ran around the side of the house, scared. Then I was scared.
And then I started all over the floor. But like,
Lena farted again. It was crazy. So,
so we're kicking up more dust anyway, talking about it. Hopefully there'll be more for next week.
oh my God. I'd love to set a trap.
Like
Like
the
a ghost
Ghostbusters. Like you step on the thing and it goes, sucks the ghost in.
Well, Chris is a physicist. Maybe you could build a box in the lab.
Yeah, but she's not a real one though.
Well, you're
Excuse me.
doing like
I am a real
piezoelectricity.
scientist.
Maybe it's ghost electricity.
Is there such thing as ghosts in the fizzy world?
No, and it's to do with entropy, the amount of energy it would take for them to do something. Just doesn't. The numbers
Yeah.
don't number.
Okay, but what if they met a man in a train that showed them how to do it?
Well, then the science is out the window, of course, because the man on the train knows everything.
But science is constantly wrong. That's what makes science science.
Absolutely. You're right up to a point and you think it's right until you find something new about it and you change your science.
So imagine like in 50 years there was science to prove God was real. Oh,
Come on now.
You'd feel like such an idiot. I would rub it in your face. I'd ring you daily. Ha
Told you. Knew he was real.
Knew he was
No,
real.
absolutely not.
So do you think there's anything other than us?
Like in the universe?
Yeah. No, not as in that. Do you think there's
Like life.
No. We know there's
You
well,
mean it like a
is
greater
there
power?
a greater power than us?
No.
You think it ends with us? You think the greatest power is Big Z? Which
No,
is a
we're
strong
shit.
man.
We're a terrible species. But like, no, there is no God.
Do you think there's anything?
There's science. There's physics.
So you think there's nothing more than us? Nothing, no higher power, no universal power.
No, sir, I do not. I think what people call God is just science they can't explain.
Consciousness and collective consciousness.
And
the
they're
quantum.
talking now like the microtubules that are in each of your cells is how like they don't know where memories are stored in our
Yeah,
bodies
so
or brains.
like we're so wrong about so much stuff that we're only guessing.
Exactly. We're trying to.
So
we're
scientists just kind of guess stuff. I guess we're saying.
No, well, a scientist would hypothesize about something, and they ask the question, then they test the theory, and they prove or disprove it,
So
and then it's
ghosts
peer reviewed.
Uh,
Your peers in your community test your hypothesis as well. So you say, "Oh, I think this. I did this experiment. These are my results," and then other people do the same thing. Go, "Oh my God, you're right, actually," and that's how science works.
Okay. Hang on a second. Going back to ghosts, I think ghosts could be scientifically real. So, like, do you remember that you told me before that when a person dies, they caught this image of energy leaving the body?
No, I never said that to you.
You definitely did.
Lies. More
So they
lies.
watched a person dying, and okay, there's a video there where they watched a person dying, and there was this special camera that picked up.
Oh, there was an experiment, yeah.
Yeah, where they saw energy leaving the body.
23 grams. It was a weight thing,
A
actually.
weight experiment, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, later that was
Debunked.
debunked, yeah.
Oh, I'm very sad about that.
I know, I was sad too. I was like, finally. But no, it's the microtubules now they're saying is like how the universe downloads information into itself, really.
I just can't believe that ghosts or dragons aren't real. Like, dragons totally could be real, but they're not.
Have you
Like-
ever seen the skeleton of a bird, like an ostrich or an emu,
No.
and compare that to like a T-Rex? Do you know the way they have the tiny arms? And like in an emu or an or ostrich, like the arm is really small, but obviously we know ostriches have really big wings. So T-Rexes had wings. It's fact.
So maybe if you go
Dragons, exactly.
if you go another 50 million years, right? If you listen to me there, right? I'll
Why
explain
are
it
we
to
all
you.
having difficulty with words?
I'll explain science there to you, right? So if you go 50 million years
Dear Pa.
prior to the T-Rex, you'll probably have a dragon. Where did the idea for a dragon come from? if they're not
Exactly.
real?
And it was in several
Hang on a
cultures
second.
around the world.
So like you agree with that? So the idea had to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So what about superheroes? I often think about this.
Superheroes.
If you were a superhero, who would you be? What would your power be?
He'd be Homelander 100%.
Homelander, yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's so me.
Yeah.
Superman.
Wow, that's boring.
He has everything. He can kill anyone. Superman is the ultimate superhero. There's no name someone could beat him besides me.
Batman.
Batman has no superpowers.
Batman's superpower is rich.
Batman is cool.
Batman is Trump.
That's a stretch now.
No one can be Batman.
Billionaires can be Batman.
So you think a fella with a string coming out his
That's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
not
My
a string.
God.
You know that string Batman has? The
The bat
That's
rope.
a tool. That's out of his tool belt.
His tool belt.
Here's some tool. For telling me Batman can beat Superman. Though they did have a fight. Remember Superman versus Batman?
No.
It got a really bad score on
Shocker.
everything, but
Shocker.
I loved it. I loved it.
You probably like Sharknado as well then.
Who doesn't?
That's a classic.
Classic. Sharknado. The town saw a tornado, but they forgot one thing. It had sharks. Do. Can remember like yesterday.
How do you come up with an idea like that? Like, were they stoned? Must have been.
Must have been, yeah.
I think one of the most brilliant people is Trey Parker.
Who?
Absolutely hilarious.
Like
Genius. Yeah.
hilarious, talented.
Siobhan's
in
looking him
so
up now
many
because she doesn't
ways.
know who we're talking about.
Oh my god, you don't know who we're talking about.
What a loser, man.
And I still don't know him.
Wow. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. I have you now.
He's probably like the ultimate genius, comedy genius. I could
Absolutely brilliant.
probably one of my favorite scenes is, and it's on YouTube if you look it up, is him doing the culture between Japan and China.
Japan.
I nearly said Japina. Japan and China. Japina we call them when we're talking about them together. Collectively, Japina.
You should have been in charge of naming countries. You did a great
What
job.
do we
of
call
it.
all those ones over there?
Yeah,
Japina.
just stick it all together. Like Benifer.
And it's just he goes from doing a Japanese voice to a Chinese voice, and they're talking about diversity. Oh my god! But you can see him in the background, and he's doing the voice, and he's come away laughing, and everyone else in the room is
yeah.
laughing, and he goes back in to do the voice again. Yeah, he's my fave. So next we have Am I the See You Next Tuesday? Take it away, Siobhan.
Okay, this is from Mark in Chicago. Am I the see you next Tuesday for breaking it off with a girl after 3 dates because of her needs and wants? I matched with this one very attractive girl on Facebook dating. We talked for a month before.
That was his first mistake.
Facebook dating. I didn't even know that was
Facebook
an
dating.
app.
It's a thing. It's a thing. I didn't venture there, but it's a thing.
Facebook dating, I'd imagine, is like you know,
Facebook
50-year-olds.
Marketplace.
Oh, yeah. They all take their photos this
Why
way.
do you take pictures of your nostrils and your chin
Or the top of their head. Take a good picture.
and Photoshop the shit out of it and lie?
Lie through your teeth.
Catfish, you can't do that. That's not fair.
It's literally called, yeah, you can.
Oh, of course you can do it, but you shouldn't do it.
I remember I
So-
applied for a job in Aldi years ago, and it was a managerial job. All I saw was numbers like 80,000. I was like, yeah. And experience. I was like,
Loads.
10 years in Tesco as a manager. Which Tesco? That one. Fill out the full form for it. And I didn't get the call, obviously. They were
Shocker.
obviously just rang Tesco and like, what's the story with Power the Wire? 10 years he's on with you. Who?
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Fake it before you make it.
so we talked for a
Bake
month
it
before.
or fake it?
Fake it before you make it. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry on. Facebook
Oh
dating.
my God. We talked for a month before I finally decided to ask her out so that we could meet in person. The first date went well, and we decided that we wanted to see each other again. On the second date, we ended up doing a double date with one of her friends. And when I was driving her home, she started crying. As anyone would, I made sure she was okay, and she informed me that she's very emotional and that if I was to date her, then I would need to keep Kleenexes in my car in case she just starts crying.
Oh,
She
can you imagine being told that? What was that, in the first or second date?
The second date after the double date. That's even weird. Why would you go on a double date the second time you meet someone, bring them out like with your friend? Or
It's very soon, isn't it, for a double
Way
date?
too soon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know, I was thinking about that when you were saying originally, but I think mine and Elena's second date could have been probably two of the worst things you could do, which was a double date in the cinema.
You did that.
I think so, yeah.
What did you
And
go
look
see?
at you now.
Sharknado.
Sharknado, obviously.
Wow, this is my favorite movie.
You've never seen this? Oh my God. Shut up, please.
No
The
talking.
good bit's coming on. What bit?
Wait, bit.
Watch this. Watch all the sharks. I bet you
Okay.
never saw that coming.
Anyway,
Yeah, carry on.
where was I? I can't find where. Oh,
Sorry,
yeah, Kleenexes
just
in the car.
you said about keep tissues in the car because she's emotional.
Just in case she starts crying.
Keep your own tissues.
Or
well, they
save
come-
her crying for someone else. If we're going to be...
Suck
Is
those
she
tears
Irish?
back
Because we
in.
don't cry.
Do you see the handle of the door there? Will you pull that for me, please?
She also informed me that I should keep protein bars in my car if we are driving for a long period of time and she gets hungry. I was a little thrown off by it, but
Hang
didn't
on.
think much of it.
Protein bars.
Specific, I know. I mean, is that the first thing you reach for when you're
Or
hungry?
you could eat before I collect you
And
and
put
have your
a
little cry.
pocket-sized tissues in your bag. Done.
Keep some
Look
tissues
at
if
the
you got
adjustments.
issues.
Look at the adjustments he has to make to his car.
The
Protein
only
bar.
adjustment I'd be making anyway is making
Bye.
room in the passenger seat. Goodbye.
Okay. On the third date, and what would be the final date, she asked me when we could make it official. I gave a simple answer of, I would like to spend more time with you, just so I can get to know you a little bit more before I make that decision. In reality, I was wondering why she was asking me this so soon. When I got home, we were texting each other and I said, what else are you looking for in a man? She sent me a list of what I should do to please her. A lot of it was very simple stuff, but after reading it, I felt as if a lot of it wouldn't have any meaning if I did it because I'm required to do it as a man.
I'm sick of her already. I definitely
What?
won't go on a date with her.
What can you do to please me? Bring Sudocrem.
Dose
Sudocrem.
Weingold. That's what she needs.
Um,
She did cry real tears then.
An example of what was on the list would be setting up spontaneous dates or giving words of affirmation. That's fair.
How would you give a
That's-
word of
Hang on a
affirmation?
second. You should be able to. You should be doing that thing naturally. You don't have to, listen
But
here.
you
if
don't
you
have
don't,
to put it on a list, yeah.
if you don't tell me I'm great every day, gout.
Weingold out that door.
I thought-
That's
I thought it over and I told her that I cannot be this guy that she's looking for because everything I do from here on out
'Cause they
would
don't
not have any
exist.
sentimental meaning. It would be forced and I don't want to do that. I got told off and was made look like the bad guy. Am I the see you next Tuesday?
I made a see you next Tuesday.
I think we all know who the is in that situation. Imagine someone rocking up to you with a list. I want. You know that meme of Bugs Bunny and he's saying no, but he rolls his tongue is up. Oh my God, it's the funniest thing. But just hand her a piece of paper back with
Had
no
to be
written
there,
on
I
it.
suppose, for that one. Can you imagine even like he's having doubts already, and next thing he gets plonked with a big list of stuff to do.
No, thank you.
I have my mind made up. Gout.
Is it
Imagine
not
that's
efficient?
she would be a second job.
Oh my God! And then
And if it's a
if
list,
she's crying, she cried on the second date, which means she cries at least 50% of the time. I mean,
Statistically speaking.
statistically speaking, she cries all the time.
I want to know what made her cry. Because I feel like that would be important.
she said
Like, was it
she
something-
was just
Like-
emotional.
Crying is fine with your partner,
Do it in your own
5
time
years
in a
in.
dark room.
but like on the second date. Can you imagine how awkward it is? You're just driving and like, God, this actually wasn't too bad. I'm like, and then obviously he had no tissues because she requested tissues. She's like, "Have you a tissue?" No.
Sorry, but if you're the one who cries all the time, I think
You should
the
be
onus
bringing-
is on you to have the tissues because
Exactly. Imagine she was taking a shit. Can you imagine? It's like, bring your own tissue. I don't have tissues in my car to wipe your ass. Too far.
Well,
far.
just a little bit. No, absolutely. Who thinks he's the see you next Tuesday in that scenario?
He thinks he is, and he in fact is not. You did the right thing in dumping
Absolutely right.
that mess.
I agree. I think that's ridiculous behaviour.
She's a lot of issues. If she's crying the second date, I bet you she's crying over her last boyfriend.
Well, she's probably crying now at this one because he told her, "Go out."
She's definitely crying because we're about to call her egg. See you next Tuesday.
Yep. So he, in fact, is not.
So Mark, in fact, is not the see you next Tuesday, but as a strange twist, I'm going to call her. She sounds like. What we're going to give her a name? We're going to call her. She sounds like a Stacy. Anyway, Mark, you are not.
I had to think about it there for a second.
Which way we go.
Not a see you next Tuesday.
We'd be so bad. Emperors. Yeah, let's keep him alive. Oh no! I did it wrong.
I did it again.
And Marsha is in fact
See you next Tuesday.
the see you next Tuesday. Sorry,
You know what you can do with that list? Roll it
Martha.
up.
Buy your own tissues and your protein bars. And get help, man. It's out there.
Yeah, ridiculous behaviour.
Martha, write into us. Tell us about the dates.
Actually, I would love to hear her version.
Imagine
I
her
would
version.
too.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it? He farted so bad that my eyes watered and it looked like I was crying. Can you imagine that was actually happened?
I have
And she
allergies.
was like, do you know what? I'm going to get him back. I'm going to eat a protein bar and I'm going to fart. So then she's like, have you tissues? Because that's burning my eyes. And have you a protein bar? Because I need to get you back. Imagine.
Because they're 7.
Such a wild imagination.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Moving on. We are getting to my favourite part of the week, which is, of course, Dear Pa. And ooh, we have a juicy one this
A
week.
doozy.
We have a doozy this week. So, Dear Pa, my girlfriend's threesome lover is bigger than me, and the sex between us hasn't felt the same since. Well, the first issue there is don't bring in a bigger sandwich.
What do you do? Do you do interviews? No, his is too big. He can't.
I'd probably miss it and say, listen here, what kind of
What are you packing?
what's that Mickey of yours like?
Give it
Would
to
you
me in
even think
metric.
to ask that question? I don't think you would. Would you? Also,
Would I?
Well,
Why
how
bringing
did the
another guy in?
scenario?
Anyway, yeah, let's get into it. My girlfriend persuaded me to have a threesome with her and another man. It was a turn on at the time, but sex hasn't felt the same to us since. She is 21, I am 28, and we have been together for 3 years. She is 21, and I'm 28, and we've been together 3 years.
So
That would make
17
her-
and 25.
Borderline 17. Issue number 1.
We'll park that one. Let's put a pin in that.
Let's put a little zoot there. She had only ever had sex with me and said that she was curious to experience intimacy with another man. He obviously wasn't doing the job right. One day she said she knew she was not my first, but as she has never had sex with anyone else, she wanted to even things up. Well, let's hope he never kills anyone. Let's even things up.
Well, you got to do
My
it, so
turn.
I want to
I
as
want
well.
to kill someone. She knew a guy of 18, of course she did, old wagon, who had told her he had never had sex, which was a turn on for her. Oh, so she's a fetish for innocence, it seems. And so
would
does
you
he.
reach for a threesome? First of all,
What?
he's 18. This is his first experience, so she's about to bring him in.
I'd say it's a
Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. Can you imagine your first experience being with a couple?
no.
That is
Way too
Who are
complicated.
these people?
Why is your finger in there? It's okay, it's normal. We all do this. You're just going to feel a little pressure.
God. There's going to be so much editing in this episode.
So she contacted him, explained what she had in mind, and arranged for us to meet up in our local the following weekend. We all had a few drinks, but not too many. Then we went back to my flat. Hey.
Even
Anyway.
that sounds dingy.
Yeah. Can you imagine how awkward that first couple of drinks were? The weather's crazy, isn't it? What size Mickey have you?
Oh my god.
I am taller than this young man, and I had assumed I would have the bigger penis. Well, Jesus, isn't that what they say about assumption? Assumption is the mother of all f***ups. Eugene Lewis Eugene Lewis
What you call me?
Fordsworth.
What?
Did you just make that up?
Eugene Lewis Fordsworth was the first man that said, "Assumption is the mother of all ups." I think he was an American politician. Check quick.
Oh, sorry.
My God,
his
she's
name
the
again?
worst
Just one.
researcher ever.
So,
You're fired.
Who came up with?
We need a new Siobhan.
Who came up with the mother of assumption is the mother of ups? Take your time there.
You clack really loudly.
You do clack. You must have heavy fingers.
Big sausages hanging off your hands.
Yeah.
Mr. Eugene Lewis Fordsworth
Did in fact say that.
did
Yeah.
in fact say
Is
that.
he an
Yeah.
American politician?
Yeah, a political scientist actually.
By God.
Lad,
So the internet tells this person. So
Sure, we
that
never
must be
know
correct.
when you're serious because you're always taking the piss.
So anyway, as
So it's surprising when it's
I'm glad
true.
we sorted that out.
as Eugene says, assumption is the mother of all. Anyway, where were we? Where am
He's
I?
tall and the young fella's small, but he's a big Mickey.
And they're in a
That's
flat
basically. And they're in a
somewhere.
flat
It's
and they're
fair,
drunk.
To be fair, it's a fair assumption to make. A big fella, big Mickey. Isn't that the old saying? Is that an old saying? I think Powder said that. The thought of being the bigger and the more dominant man turned me on, but I was wrong. My girlfriend smirked when he dropped his pants, and I was dismayed. Imagine when he dropped his pants, like, huh? What was that? Please tell me that was your keys.
Why do you have
Nope.
3 legs?
Why is your third leg purple?
My God.
Moving on. We had agreed that they would be the main action, but that I would stay in the room with them. They started trying different positions. It was embarrassing at first, but then I became incredibly aroused seeing another man having sex with my girlfriend. God, men these days. That's called
Ridiculous.
cooking.
that's-
Cuckold, isn't it?
What?
Cuckold.
Isn't that a bird?
It's a cuckoo, I think. Cuckold is when you watch when you're
What you call me?
when you're
I am
What
not
a stupid
Googling
name
that.
for something. Cuckold.
Google cuckold.
I absolutely will not.
C-U-C. Oh yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's called a cuckold when you're.
Oh, if you don't want to see pictures, go into Urban Dictionary. Actually,
It
there's
doesn't
a
matter.
lot.
I know I'm
anyway,
right.
Yeah, go
I know
on.
I'm right again.
I won't challenge that one.
You can have that. you
What
can have
about that picture that is doing the rounds of Katie Price, where she was doing something extremely questionable on OnlyFans? It's all over the internet.
Really?
The two of you are looking at me like I poisoned you. Yeah, all over the internet. There's a picture of her. She's lying in a bed with no clothes on, and there is excrement on her.
Is that real?
Do you remember she had a sex tape out years ago
No.
with her man? She did, yeah. And part of that video was his foot was inside her.
Stop it. No, it wasn't.
No.
I think so, yeah. Could
That's
maybe-
like something from The
We are
Boys.
editing this bit out.
Nope. Anyway, let's move on here. She held my hand all the while and had a much stronger orgasm with him than she does with me. Well, I'm afraid. Good luck to you. Can you imagine holding her hand though? Checking the time. Are you done yet? No.
What a stupid arrangement.
Her face looking at you. I love you so much. Thank you for this. My God, the things people are into. Anyway, when I have sex with her now, she feels bigger, and she has admitted that I feel smaller to her too. She feels bigger. She must be made out of Play-Doh.
Like, he
Don't
obviously,
stretch me, or I won't go back to normal.
he's not a big fan of biology or science then either.
Can you imagine, like, when he
That's
sees
not how those
women have
muscles work.
babies. Oh no, it's going to stay looking like a tunnel.
Jesus Christ.
And she has admitted that I feel smaller to her. Well, to be fair, that could be the case.
Oh my God.
She did tell me, though, that I give her lots of pleasure in other ways, such as kissing, massaging, and making her feel loved, which is reassuring. No, which is useless. Wow, I feel so much better now. I give
Back
good
to
massages.
being unemotional. It's the best way to come at any
Really?
problem.
Good massages? Do you promise? I promise. But she is desperate to repeat the threesome and has invited him over next week. I find the thought arousing. I am worried that sex will never be the same between us.
It already isn't.
And never will
Good
be.
luck and thanks.
She's never... No, it won't be. Sure, she's stretched now. And there's no making that go back to size. Oh, you can put her on a 60-degree wash. Shrink her.
What a ridiculous conundrum to get yourself into. I don't like sharing.
I think...
How could you have three? Imagine the concentration that would have to
The
go on
logistics of it alone,
No.
I don't get it.
there. Couldn't. Way too many limbs.
I
Arms
imagine,
and legs everywhere.
Can imagine how his head, how he felt when he saw the third leg. All that's going through his head is... Well,
I didn't know they came in that size.
Why doesn't I have more?
Oh my God. Like,
My God, I'm a leprechaun in the Mickey Kingdom.
but someone wrote in to you and like this is the situation they're faced with.
Yeah.
So
So I should probably answer that. Get rid of her. Actually, she's probably gotten rid of you by now. Ooh, or they could even it up. Bring a female
bring
in.
a girl in.
Right?
Oh, I know exactly where this is going.
Bring a female in with a smaller vagina.
Oh my God.
Is there a way of telling if women have smaller ones? Do you know a way you can tell?
Well, there is, but like,
Do you know a way you can tell by a man? Do you know the feet? Or big
just
feet?
looking, you mean, not
Yeah,
actually
not
measuring.
actually checking. Big feet, big...
No, there is no female version of that.
No, not even if they have wispy eyes, wispy vagina. No.
Nope.
Oh, look how small her eyes are. It's tiny vagina. Or if she talks like this. If she talks with her lips kind of compressed.
Sometimes microphones are a bad idea.
If she has a compressed mouth, you know what they say? Compressed mouth, compressed vagina.
Is that your man, Edgar Worthington or whatever his name
Eugene
is?
Lewis said that as well, I think. Fordsworth, Mr. Fordsworth.
Yeah. Straight from his mouth.
Oh yeah, anyway, my advice would be move on, get over it. It is done. She is cooked. She is stretched forever. Goodbye. Maybe get someone your own age.
Well, that would be a good start. And then maybe keep it monogamous. Don't
And if
be
you are,
messing around with crowds of people in your bedroom.
Don't be messing around with bigger Mickeys because they'll only upset you.
Well, I mean, if you're going to get upset, then you know what not to do.
Anyway, moving on from that. Sweating after that one. So much Mickeys and vaginas, isn't it? Our movie entertainment review of the week. Let's go. Siobhan, kick it off.
I watched a really good movie this week called Flight with good old Denzel Washington, who's always easy on the eye, and I could listen to his voice all day long. It's a really good movie. He is a pilot with a drink and drug problem, and he leaves the hotel one morning and he is driving the plane. Do you drive it or you fly it? I suppose you drive it off the runway, don't you?
And
You
then
do
you fly
both.
it.
Anyway,
Try
they
it,
get
I
into
think
a crash situation and he saves the day, but then the toxicology report comes out afterwards and it's all about that story, but it's really, really, really good. I highly recommend.
Oh, I have seen that film, now that I think of it.
Yeah.
Denzel. You explained it like you've a drink and drug problem yourself.
So we won't be watching that one. Thanks, though.
Thanks, though. What an idiot.
That guy.
Loser. That's your recommendation for the week?
Yeah.
You can keep it.
Do you know
But
who
no,
did that
actually,
one?
I watched a really good documentary as well called My American Wife. And it is the most insane story of a woman. From the outside in, they're married, they have babies, they look like they have the perfect life, they're really good in the community, and she goes missing, she's kidnapped. There's only 4 episodes, but the story is absolutely insane. It's highly watchable, really addictive.
Okay.
I can't tell you any more because it's too good, I'd ruin it.
The only thing stranger than fiction is fact. Or something. Isn't that a saying? No.
Yeah, definitely.
Fordsworth said that.
Fordsworth, yeah, your man again.
My guy. Chris, your recommendations for the week?
Well, I have 2. I watched a movie last week called Joyride on Netflix, and Olivia Colman is the main actor in it, and she is English.
Do we say actress anymore? No,
No,
because
actor, because we're evening up the scores.
Yeah, actor. I'd call her an actor.
an actress now.
Waiter, waitress. They're just all waiters now, are they?
Are they?
Are
A
they?
server.
Servers. Oh. Really?
Yeah, they're making all the like genderless kind of titles for jobs. Your favorite
All right.
topic.
All right, Chatty.
But anyway, we'll
Actually, just you
Go
see,
on.
BAFTA are bringing out a thing now, and they have supposedly been debating for the past 2 years about bringing in a non-binary section into their award ceremony.
Sermoni.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And they have cancelled it. So now they've said to anyone,
What a brilliant oh.
I loaded up bloody, watch it. And they're declined the idea.
Why?
So if you want a BAFTA, for instance, I think your one's getting a BAFTA that was in that zombie program with magic into my head. Do you remember it's one of the most watched series on Sky Atlantic?
The Walking Dead.
No, it was like that. Do you remember they turned into plants? Do
Oh.
This is us.
This is us.
After us.
After-
This is up.
you know that? Check
Only
there,
they were
Siobhan.
away.
Oh, your man Pedro Pascal is in it.
I was trying to think of his
Oh
name, yeah.
my God.
Pedro.
What a God.
And do you know the girl? He's the girl that was in it with him.
Oh, I do believe in God. It's Pedro Pascal.
The Last of Us.
The
The
Last of
Us.
Us.
That's it.
So in The Last of Us, that girl, actress,
She was in
actor,
Game of Thrones as well, wasn't she?
Oh, she was actually, yeah. So
Great
she's up for a
actor.
BAFTA, and they have said to her, "Listen here, non-binary person, you need to pick he or she if you want your BAFTA."
Really? I think that's
Why
incredibly disrespectful.
be a stick in the mud there? Like, just let them let them be non-binary. It's not hurting anyone.
Or
Anyway,
else just
that's a
have
whole
one
other show,
category of
Ricky.
human.
What?
Have one category of human.
But isn't there like tons of other things? So like if they say yes to non-binary, will they open the gates to everything else?
What's everything
What's
else?
that? That's a lazy
I don't know.
argument.
Isn't there like tons of things now? Isn't there like 100 and something? I don't know. I don't follow it.
100. That's
Isn't there
excessive,
like
I think.
a lot of other what
Genders?
People?
gender people? There are loads of people on the planet.
There's rakes of
Isn't
people.
there like over 100 people on this planet? Genders, is there like how many genders? If only we had a way. How many genders is there?
I don't know. Is there a definitive answer for that?
I don't think there is either.
It's just it's a human construct.
What says here? What are the 7 different genders? Agender, cisgender, gender fluid, gender queer, intersex, gender non-conforming, and transgender.
No way.
7.
7.
Wow.
So like then they'll have to open up to 7 other. I don't know.
I say let people alone. Leave
Ooh,
them alone.
how many genders are there? All 72 genders list. That would be a really long
Thank you.
BAFTA ceremony
72?
award.
So that's what I mean. So if they say yes to one, would they have to say yes to all 72 of them? And then you have 72 different categories for each thing. So like they're kind of right and calling a halt at there.
I don't know.
They'd make shit of because if the BAFTAs do it, then the Oscars have to do it, then everyone else has to do it. So then everyone has to have 72 different.
What's the difference between non-binary and non-conforming?
I don't care.
Actually, do you know what? That's a whole another
yeah.
show.
So-
Can we get back to my
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll go back there. What were you saying there, Chris?
Shut up and let me talk. Joyride, yeah. So Olivia Colman, she's the main actor, and she is playing the part of an Irish mom, and it is absolutely fantastic. It was made in 2022, and one of the trainers in our gym is an extra in that movie, in fact. But yes, very, very good. It's a light watch. You know, there's funny parts, and
So it's a bit shit.
It's totes mosh as well, and also, but yeah, no, I liked that. It's a nice Sunday afternoon movie, I think. But also better than that is 1982 movie The Thing with Kurt Russell is absolutely outstanding.
I love Kurt Russell.
Yeah, what an excellent movie.
Isn't there like a long line of them actors? And it wasn't his father. His father's
and his father before him.
His father is Pa, and his father's father is Pa. Isn't Kurt Russell's father an actor as well? Wasn't he?
He's the seventh son of a seventh son.
Or is it Kurt that has a son?
I've no idea.
Jeez, lads, I'm flat out today.
We can hear those
This is
big,
like a job.
those big muscly fingers of yours tapping.
Kurt Russell dad. Bing Russell?
Okay,
Bing.
Kurt Russell's son.
Actor.
Kurt Russell's son.
Is, oh yeah, Wyatt Russell and Boston Russell.
Okay, so no is the answer to that.
No, Wyatt, he's an actor as well, yeah. Yep.
Right.
Oh, I'm thinking of Russell Crowe. Wrong fella.
He doesn't have sons, does he? Oh my God, we'll be here all day. Go on, what are your recommendations?
My recommendations are, the first thing I'm watching this weekend, I'm currently watching it, is Brian Shaw runs a strongman show called The Strongest Man on Earth, not to be confused with The World's Strongest Man. But
Okay.
Brian Shaw runs a show called The Strongest Man on Earth. I'm watching that. I love strongmen, obviously. But that won't be on IMDb. So my thing for this week is The Boys, because
Oh my God, what an excellent show.
I love The Boys. The Boys is probably one of the best series I've ever watched.
Ever, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And my best friend, Tony, is in it. Tony stars in it, and we're like friends.
We're like totes best
We, like,
friends,
message each other.
BFFs.
Hey,
We make
what's
bracelets
up?
for each other.
What's up, my dog? Did you get my letter?
Starting to sound like that Eminem song.
I'm trying to think of the words, but I can't. Shocker. So yeah, Tony stars in it as Homelander. And I don't know if I mentioned this, we're friends.
He is a beautiful man also.
Do you know what? That aside, his acting skills as Homelander is
Phenomenal.
amazing.
Stunning, yeah.
He's such a good actor.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because we're best friends,
Oh my God.
but he's such a good actor. He's someone that deserves an Emmy or a BAFTA, whatever you give a series. My God, he plays it so well. So that is my two recommendations. Siobhan, who wins?
The Battle of IMDb.
Siobhan or Nickers, we're asking you a question.
The Boys wins actually at 8.7.
Did we even come close?
Yes, 7.3 and 6.1. For you.
What?
6.1. The
Joyrider.
No, The Thing. Look up The
Joyride.
Thing.
Oh, The Thing is 8.2.
That's decent.
So I still won. What were you?
Marginally. 7.3.
Oh, so you came last again.
Again,
Wow.
wow.
2 weeks in a row, you lost.
Sucks to be
loser.
you. I'd be so embarrassed if I was you right now.
Anyway, guys, thank you all for listening. We appreciate the listen. We are now in the top 30 on Spotify
By
in
the way.
Ireland, which is amazing. We are.
Not after this week.
Back down in the thousands.
So thank you all to anyone that has tuned in and watched us on YouTube. We are on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all the main podcasting things, majiggies.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it when you like, share, and comment, because it helps us grow this page. It will help us put more into this thing. So I would like to say thank you all.
Yes, a big thanks.
Siobhan, anything to say there?
Siobhan doesn't want to say
Goodbye.
See you
No
next week.
thanks from Siobhan. Siobhan says thanks. What a bitch. Thank you.